It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show with Lady Luck, Bad Bunny, and I go by Miss Lissa. We gon' wake that ass up. Alright, it's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show. We give you what you need, yo. You need, yo. Every 3 times a week, yo. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese, about to wake that ass up. Girl, who is you playing with? Wake that ass up. Told your big daddy when you wake your ass up. Yo, what is you waiting for? Wake that ass up.
After we do the show, then stop. Then what? Subscribe it like it's hot. After we do the show, then stop. Now what? Subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. Subscribe it like it's hot. And welcome to Bacon, Egg, and Cheese, where we chop up the hottest topics, dish the dirt, and deliver it to you raw. I am Miss Lissa, Lady Luck, Babs Bunny. Y'all good?
I'm pissed. Instagram, this is the last show that we'll be doing on you here. We got to move to a different platform. I know y'all been saying that, but like out of nowhere. I can't go live. I didn't do nothing. Y'all just, all right, fine.
This the last Instagram show? Snooky Sue. So everyone, make sure you get familiar with our Patreon account. We also have a YouTube channel that we need to build subscribers on. So if you truly appreciate the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show and you want more, because we're not going to be on Instagram no more after this, you have to make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and get familiar with the Patreon. Look, we both wore red hats today. We was in sync.
I see.
We was in sync. I tried to put some color in my hair. I hated it, so I just threw a hat on. Baby. Do you want to shout out your sponsor? Did someone give you this hat?
Shout out to them. Y'all already know the vibe was going on. It's the first thing.
Wait, where's Luck? Is she back? Okay.
That shit is stuck in my fucking head, B. I cannot.
What's stuck in your head?
It's the first of the month.
That's because yesterday was the Verzuz. I requested you, Luck. Yesterday was the Verzuz. Let me see, make sure I did it. Okay. She's back. Yesterday was Verzuz, and it got really spicy. The kids was not playing. Like, we thought that it was just going to be something that was good for the culture, but it got a little spicy. I will play a video, and then you ladies can give your opinions and your outlook.
Hey, before we even get started, you ugly motherfuckers ain't finna be mocking me while I'm on motherfucking stage. Like, straight the fuck up. Nigga, suck my dick. And gangsta, boo. Suck my dick. What the fuck? You're a hater, man. You're a hater. You must just take your pills. You weirdo ass nigga. What's up with this bitch ass nigga?
Busy Bone is the reason why Verzuz took the first commercial break in the history of Verzuz, but he did come back with an apology. He said that he wanted to keep the party going, and they did.
Serch is here, Miss Lissa. Serch is here.
Okay. Do you want to give your account while I pull them up? Let us know your opinions.
I saw a lot of it. I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing. Shout out to 3-6 Mafia. Shout out to Gangsta Boo. I think they did an amazing job. I already knew. Now I already knew they was coming in and they was gonna kill it. And it's so on Lazy Bone, Daisy Bone. He was like, we don't care about no Oscars and Grammys. I came to rap. And then them babies sang the whole show. So I oh man, Serch, shout out MC Serch in the building.
Welcome to the show. Yeah. My man got his
Oh,
chains
oh, he
on.
came.
Okay.
Oh, he came.
He's
Oh, he
getting
showed
money.
up. He understood the
I
assignment.
told them. I
Yo,
said, you
Serch.
was getting money before it was called money. You been on the grind. You a whole legend, okay? We're going to give you your flowers. We're going to have you chop up topics.
Oh,
I already know you're familiar with Lady Luck Babs Bunny.
Yes.
I am Miss Lissa. MC Serch is in the building, everyone.
I see how we getting down, Luck. I got to turn my hat backwards. I got you. I'm with you.
Yo,
That's-
Serch,
Oh, see,
the front of it was the front was shaped funny.
Yeah.
Yo,
no,
yo, before we go on, I just want to tell you guys what this man means to me. He's more than just a legendary rapper who, you know, showed me how to do the gas face. I mean, he's an influencer in my life. He's a supporter in my life, bottom to the top. You know, and when people support me when I'm at my lowest and when I'm on my way to my highest, it means a lot. And Serch has never, ever switched up on me. He's always encouraged me. And, like, you know, I don't want to get emotional, but it means a lot to have somebody who means so much to the culture believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been times where I didn't believe in myself, and Serch would hit me up. Luck, what's up with you? What's up with your next project? So I just want to thank him for always encouraging me and always just saying, yo, Luck, you dope. Keep doing what you're doing. So he's more than a industry friend. He's my brother, and I can't wait to get a bag with him, and I owe him a song. I need him to understand that it's been hectic around here, but I got him, you know. I promise I'll probably do 2 or 3 or a whole album on the beats. And he's going to tell you guys about this new playlist that he has. I can't call it a playlist, but he got something dope going on Spotify. He's going to fill you guys in. And it's just an honor and a pleasure to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here. I'm sorry you're having such drama with Instagram. I wish I could help that. It's crazy.
You know Mark Zuckerberg?
I might have some relationships there. I'm not sure. I'd have some. So.
Well, then you could also help Boosie get his page back. Maybe you the man that can help people get their pages together. Can you tell us how you developed your love for hip hop?
Yeah. Boosie's situation might be a little over my pay grade, but I don't understand why Luck is having such drama. It's like every 2 weeks.
Yo, and for real, and I didn't do nothing. I didn't leave no comments. I was on Super Scent page yesterday, and I was just leaving regular comments. I didn't say no profanity or nothing. And then it was like, yo, you went against guidelines. I didn't say nothing. And then right after that, I tried to go live from my page. Everything was good. I checked it. And then just now, when we have the biggest star, you know, on our page, here we go.
I don't know about all of that.
The disrespect. The disrespect.
Babs is a pretty big star. I don't know if I'm the biggest star you ever had.
Everybody loves Babs. She a fan favorite. And other than Nas, which you helped Nas to get his deal, and Slick Rick, Babs is one of the best storytellers in hip hop. She got a segment called Bunny Tales. Baby, she's killing it with no beat, Acapulco style. Okay?
Yeah, I got a segment called Bunny Tales. I do true crime. You know, I pick a story that really happened and I break it down the way I break it down. You know, like if I was sitting in your house telling you, like, yo, let me tell you what happened to Tamika and Rakim and Mike and them. You know what I'm talking about? So that's how I break it down. But real quick, because I got to get right into this. Now, first of all, I run the biggest female battle league in the world called Queen of the Ring. And so for me to have you up here, and I know that you support female hip-hop, female rappers. You was one to have the first female cast show on television to support female rappers. And I just want to, you know, give you your flowers for that and say thank you for supporting the females in the game, because that's a real big thing.
Well, I mean, I really wish I could take the credit for that. Really, honestly, that has to go to Sasha Jenkins and Elliot Wilson and the guys at Mass Appeal and Ego Trip. It was their show. I was just the host, you know. Those guys really had a really clear vision of what they wanted to do, not only with the White Rapper show, but also with Miss Rap Supreme. So I wish I could take that credit. I can't. I think that the guys at Mass Appeal did an amazing job with that show. They really showed the culture a lot of love. They showed MCs of all different types of style and all different types of flows a lot of love. I started as a battle MC. In fact, I'm going to put some beats on and start battling Lady Luck in a minute. But I think that the whole concept of battle MCing has been kind of lost somewhere. And I love the fact that there's like all these videos on TikTok and on IG and even on Facebook that now show, you know, Lux back in the building and all these great MCs, Iron Solomon coming back, all these great male and female MCs that are coming back into the battle circuit. So I'm glad that that continues to grow and have a platform.
That's what's up. And maybe, you know, you might want to holler at them so we could revamp Miss Rap Supreme and call it Queen of the Ring. You know what I'm talking about? And show how battle rap has elevated. There you go.
I don't even think you need them. I think you just need to do it on your own. Look, the beautiful part about what we do, right? Because, you know, we're this company that we have now. It's a family-run company. So we have the podcast business. Right now, we have the top 5. The MF Doom podcast is number 4 on Apple Music podcast, behind $1 Million Worth of Game, Drink Champs, and No Jumper. So the MF Doom podcast is the 4th largest in the world. So we have that, and then we have, you know, Breaking Anonymity and Serch Says. We have that podcast business, and then we have our TV development business that we have shows that we're pitching all the time. So we're always looking for concepts and content. But one thing that I will say, and a big shout out to Fifth, because what Fifth was able to do really with power and what he was able to create was he created an ecosystem in Hollywood where legitimate MCs can now tell legitimate stories. You know, I'm hearing people like my man Money Nels and all these people are coming out telling me, oh, I got this true life story and development about blank and this, and you know. So I really love what Fifth has done in creating an opportunity for real artists to tell real stories, but also Hollywood is open and receptive to things that are real and not fugazi. You know, when I was coming up, everybody wanted the watered down version of something. Everybody wanted, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 2.0. Now everybody wants BMF 2.0. They want to know the real shit. So that's the best part of what's going on in Hollywood right now.
Can we talk a little bit about some of the hardships that you experienced being a white battle rapper? Because a lot of people don't understand, you know, in the culture, especially like, you know, in those times, because of course, a lot of people will give credit to Eminem, but you were a pioneer. So how was that for you? Like, were people receptive to you?
I mean, actually, it's crazy because the very first white rapper in the history of white rap is in the room right now, Keo, my man Keo, a.k.a. Vanilla B, the very first white rapper I ever saw in here right now. So shout out to him. Actually, Keo was the guy who designed the mask for MF Doom. Like, he's a legendary graph writer, but he was the first white rapper I ever saw, ever, when I went to Music and Art High School. So shout out, I love you, Keo. You're my man. But, you know, the best part of what I did, honestly, the thing that made me different for being a white battle rapper was the dudes I grew up with in Red Firm projects knew that I was different because I was doing something in 84, 85 that nobody else was doing, which was I was rhyming off the top of my head. Like, it was like my little cheat code, right? Everybody that was battling around that time, even moving into like the mid-90s, everybody that were battle rhyming had written rhymes. Like, they always had pre-written. Like, you know, you had a kind of like your own, you know, code to follow. You know, you're going to diss somebody's moms, you're going to diss somebody's clothes, you're going to diss somebody, and have a generic blank. My whole thing was, I knew that if I was going to battle you, I had to break you down. Like, I had to break down your syllables, I had to break down where we were, I had to break down everything. So when I used to battle, and Babs, both of y'all are too young to remember this, but when we do battles would happen in a project. Like, battles would happen, you know, Vandermeer projects, Red Firm projects, Hamel projects, Wyckoff. Like, you had to travel to go to battles, and everybody had the best MC in their hood. Like, you know, this dude was the best MC in Vandermeer. This dude was the best MC in Gates. This dude was the best MC, blah, blah, blah. So I had to travel everywhere. And my two homeboys, they would do their little things, and they would go to these little, you know, move their little things, and they would say, oh, my man Serch, he battled. You know, Who's the nicest dude in your project? Oh, the nicest dude is this dude. Oh, I'm gonna bring my man Serch. Next Friday when I come, we're gonna have a battle. So what would happen with me is that they would always set up the battles near the subway, and I'll explain why in a minute. Usually the battles would happen in the middle of the projects, but anytime somebody battled me, it would always happen right near the subway, right? So, you know, money get passed around, whatever. I come up the train, only white dude except police coming out the train, you know? And my man Math would turn around and go, oh, that's Serch. And as soon as all the dudes saw that I was white, the money tripled. The money tripled. They're like, either A, my man is smoking woolers and they dusted thinking a white boy's gonna win a battle, or B, they never seen a white boy rhyme before, so they know I'm gonna get served. So all the money, whatever they were betting in their little 2040s became 100, 200, whatever. So I would come out, and there'd always be a kid beatboxing, and they'd always home turf go first, and they would always do their little rhyme, prepared rhyme, and ooh, 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 ooh. And then I would do, and this was my move. I'd have my cap on, and this was my move. Had the goofy ass glasses. This was my move.
Time to get busy.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, break 'em, break 'em, break 'em, break 'em, break 'em. Hat red, shoes whack, you da 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 da. And then all you even ooh, ooh, ooh. So then round two would come, and then round two, now the hat's back. I'm listening. I got my
B-boy stance.
solid 360, born to born. And now the kid is shaking. So now I'm picking apart his rhyme. Oh, you said this, you should have said this, and this, da, 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 da. Blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as the money gets passed, I had to be near the train station. Why? Because the Vic was about to happen. So they would pass me my dough, and then those dudes would try to go for the Vic, and I'd boogie into the train yard, and then my boys would block them off. So the block off would happen, and then I boogie into the yard, and that's how I got away. So I would make my little money, and then I go to Latin Quarter, and I go trick it off on girls or dust or whatever. And that was my battle thing, and that's what I did. And that's
dust.
That's a fire. That's a fire story.
Weed and dust. That's what we did. Like, I'm 17 years old. That's what I did.
That's what Raekwon talked about in his song, right? And
yeah.
Cracks and weed. The combination made my eyes bleed.
Right. That's what we did. That's what we did. So the last time I had a battle in a project was like 87, 88, like just before things popped off. I was at Vandermeer. I think it was I always say it's Vandermeer because I felt like it was Vandermeer. So anyway, I'm going to to battle this dude. Same scenario, same whole thing. But this time, my boys were doing a park jam there. So they had all their equipment set up in the whole nine. And I'm battling this Dominican kid. This was crazy. So I walk up, I come up the train, same thing, Kingston Troop, come up, blah, blah, blah. Dominican kid. He's rhyming. My steed goes into this, right? Boom. But for some reason, I was extra dirty that battle. It was like when Lady Luck battled Homegirl from Miss Rap Supreme. It was just extra dirty. It was just extra. I was extra disrespectful that day. Plus, and I can tell y'all females this as us girls, plus he had a badass Dominican chick next to him. So I was really trying to get in her face. Hard body, right? Hard body. So I'm like, not only trying to disrespect him, but I'm trying to swivel her to come through the exit, right? So I'm like, bang, 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 bang. And I'm. So then he comes with his neck, but his face was tight. I'd never seen a dude's face this tight. His face was extra tight. He comes with his second verse already written. It's about to be a wrap. And the money was crazy high that day. For some reason, when they saw me come up, the word Blanquito, devil Blanquito, that was getting thrown extra hard. So I'm like, I'm going after him. But just before I finished my verse, his mom started screaming for him from the building. And I'll never forget this. I don't know why. I just never forget this. But his mom started screaming for him to come home. And I said something to the effect, off the top of my head, I said, it's interesting. I said, oh, his mom was telling him to go to the store to get Newports. So I said, it's interesting your mom's calling you for the Newports because I just smoked you. And before you say another word, cállate la boca.
Oh! Ay, Dios mío, papi! Ay, Dios mío, muy fuego!
Money gets passed, and this dude's face is tight. His boys are like, yo, you gonna let that devil? Bing. And I went to the Latin Quarter that night. And that Latin Quarter, doing the Running Man, bag full of money. And I'm going back to the party because I'm helping my boys break down because they're doing that park jam. Go back, and I got this giant-ass Crown amp in my hand, packing up the van, and I hear a pop. And I hear a pop, and then the amp cracks in my hand. It falls apart. It literally shatters in my hand. And my man's like, yo, what the fuck you do to my amp? And I'm like, what are you talking? Like, and then I look, and the Dominican kid is pointing a 2.5 at me, and he's cocking it back the next time. So I was like, oh, dipped, dropped the broken amp, dipped, gone. And I never battled in projects ever again. That was the last one.
Not worth it.
I'm going to say this, though.
And plus, 6 months later, we signed our deal to Def Jam. So it's like, I don't need to battle anymore. I'm done. And, you know, it is what it is.
That's crazy. And battles can get real. I want to send a shout out to my homeboy Dibs. He got shot because of a battle. And he was now he's paralyzed from the waist down. And this happened, yes, because of a battle.
Respect the culture. I didn't mean to interrupt, Babs. But if you can't respect the fact of this is ramen, and it's going to get personal, and you can't leave the physical, like, yo, just don't bother. Like, if you're that angry, like, just leave it alone. Like, I tell people all the time about the music business. Like, if you want to be in the music business, then understand that there's a business component. But if you want to just rhyme for the sake of rhyming, like my man Keo, who's in here, like Keo loved to rhyme. Like, he was an MC, but he wasn't trying to be in the business. For him, he always says it, like, for him, rhyming was like rhyming in the park. Like, he rhymed for Big Daddy Kane at Albee Square Mall. Like, that was rhyming for him. You know what I mean? Like, that was rhyming. It wasn't about, you know, the business. When the business became it, it was like, you know, I'm not trying to be in the business. I'm not trying to be about the music business, you know? So if you want to be in the business, great, God bless you. And if you don't want to be in the business, don't be in the business. But it's also the same thing in battling. Like, there's no holds barred. If I'm battling you, I'm coming at you. Like, whatever I got to do, I'm coming at you. You know, one of my favorite rhymes Eminem did in the Rap Olympics when he rhymed that battle against that female, he said something to the effect of, you probably get your period and blame it on me. Like, yo, that shit was a dope fucking line. And she took offense to that and got all offended. Like, how you gonna get offended? It's a battle. You're in a, like, you know, he'll probably have, you know, something else happen to him, like, whatever. But, like, you can't be mad at a dude's creativity in the moment of creativity, because if you're really battling, you're battling from your heart, your passion, your mind. It's all clicking in that moment. And whatever goes, goes. That's what
battle rap. Battle rap today is like that as well. It could be very disrespectful. You have certain battle rappers, they don't care. They're going to talk about your kids, your mother, your father. Everything goes. Like, and actually we do a event called NHB, No Holds Barred, because that's what it's about. This is gladiators, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a fight to the death with lyrics. It's a lyrical fight to the death.
I was at a radio station recently that does open mic. And they have one rule, because it's radio, no profanity. Everything else goes. And this young kid, you know, white kid, unfortunately white kid. And I say unfortunately, and I'll explain why in a minute. Because it's me and these two dudes, and they were legendary MCs, and we're battling. We're going back and forth, and he's just sitting there with the headphones on, just standing there. So what did I do? I took the headphones off his head and I said, yo, I don't need you listening to dead tones. Excuse me. Let me grab the mic and these headphones because you just standing there like dead wood. That ain't good for this radio situation. And I just went off the top of my head. And So he wanted the headphones back, gave him the headphones back. And the first thing out of his mouth is 3 curses. They cut everything off and they're like, yo, you're banned for 6 months. And he caught feelings and he's outside catching feelings. Tell that dude to come outside. Now, first of all, homeboy, you're 20 years old. I'm a grown-ass man. If I beat you, I'm going to beat you like my child. So that's off rip not happening, right? So I go outside, me and my people. I'm like, yo, what do you want? Like, what do you truly want? He's like, oh, that's battling? I'm like, no, that's the rules of the radio station. You want to battle? We can battle. I got 10 bands in my pocket right now. What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do? You want to battle? I got 10 bands in my pocket. What do you want to do? And he just stood. That's what I thought, nothing. I said, look, you're 20 years old. You got a lot to learn about the game. You got a lot to learn about music. God bless you. Keep going. Obviously, you have talent. This is what you want to do. But don't come out a grown man with some child shit because you're going to get served like a child. Keep it moving.
Speaking of the,
But going back to what you're saying, Babs, if there's rules, if you set a guideline, then that's the guideline. If you say, hey, this battle, there's no disrespect to mothers, then that's the guideline, right?
Now they don't.
Artists do it.
Who's bought?
They do it, but they don't respect it. Like I've been at a battle where people have lost it and was like, "Yo, we said we was gonna talk about mothers," but I feel like it's crazy, you know, just to win a battle. You know, when people talk about parents who passed away, or when they use, you know, things that really shake up your soul, you know, in these battles, and then it's not like you're gonna win or lose off of that. So sometimes when people be doing the personals, that don't necessarily mean you taking the W. So to me, it's you just being evil. Or to me, it's just trying to go below the belt. You're trying to be more ruthless than the next opponent. Right. But ultimately, like, do you have bars? Do you have schemes? Do you have setups? You know what I mean? Right. So sometimes I just be feeling like it's real corny to go certain places. You know what it is?
I don't disagree. The only asterisk I will add to that is if you say something creative, look, I think there's certain things you got to leave alone. I agree with you. You should never talk about somebody's parents that died. Oh, they never talk about a child who's been shot. You should never talk about a child who's locked up. You should never talk about a parent you should never deal with any trauma. Like, you got to leave. There's certain, I agree with you, look, wholeheartedly. I've never been in a battle ever where I disrespected someone to the point where I wouldn't say what I said in front of my own mother, may she rest in peace, or in front of my wife, or in front of my father, may he rest in peace. Like, so for me personally, like, I'm just built different. But that doesn't mean the dude that I'm battling isn't built the way I'm built. So what is my reaction? My reaction, if you're going to say something foul about me or my family, I'm just going to use it against you. Like, I'm just going to keep my composure. I'll keep my feelings to myself, and I'll just use it against you. And I'll just throw it back in your face, like, and I'll question your creativity, or I'll question your ethics, or I'll question your morals, or I'll question how your mother raised you. Like, I'll put into question your whole state to make people think, like, damn, like, I can't believe he went there about that.
But the good thing about that is that you could spit from off of the head, right? So right now in the culture of battle rap, that is like very well respected because, like you said before, a lot of times people used to write. So they do that now. Most battle rappers are preparing. It is a whole sport, like you're studying your opponent, you're prepping, you're preparing. But if you can spit from the top of the head, you're able to rebuttal certain things that your opponent say to you. And so the fans, they love that. They love a good rebuttal. They know it's coming from the top of the head, and they're so impressed by that because they don't really get that too much. So if you could set that up and spit from the top of your head and it's fire, you're going to definitely get big points for that. And what changed now is that a lot of artists get paid win or lose. Like you just said, you had 10 racks in your pocket, but that was for the winner. Right now, big artists, battle rappers, they get paid just to perform, just to battle.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, look, you know, I was in a position in that moment where that's where it was. But if I had $100 in my pocket, I would have battled him for 100. Like, it wasn't about what I had in my pocket as much as it was the confidence that I had that it didn't matter. He was going to lose before he even opened his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because just that was where I was. You made another point, and I think it's important to identify this. You might be the best off the head, but if somebody is really well prepared, meaning their cadence, their flow, their wordplay, their vernacular is just amazing. I don't know if even the best person off the top of the head could beat somebody with a written that's really well constructed and well choreographed.
Yo,
hey, yeah, go ahead, love.
It happened to me one time. I was high as hell. I don't know what we smoked. We was up at
You had a
at Quad Studios, right? And we came downstairs, and this is what store was down there? The big record store that was down there, maybe Virgin or whatever.
Virgin.
Yeah, so I come downstairs. We was recording the Tupac Rose Grow from Concrete album, and then somebody goes, "There she is!" And and I said, "What?" Me and my homies, and we there, and the crowd of people opened up like a sea. You know, so I'm in the middle. Shout out to Mo Better in the comments. He's one of the illest off the top posts. And I start battling, and I kill this person, and I kill that one, and then I ran out of written rhymes. I ran out of written rhymes. I'm high as hell. Then all of a sudden, the guy Shells. I don't know if y'all remember Shells, the battle rapper. Oh man, he tore me up. He tore me up. He tore me up, and I was ready. I was prepared. I just ran out of rhymes. And by then, I'm high, so. You know, I don't know where he at in life right now, but shout out to Shells. You know, matter of fact, recently, he's still using that claim to fame, and this is 99, so if he's still living off that, you know.
I have a question.
What's up?
I have a question for Professor Luck. Why is, shout out to Mo Better, who's incredible off the top of the head of pause.
Luck is extremely immature. I'll be 40 on Tuesday. But
yeah,
I just do that. I just do that with off the top of the head, you know.
Hey, yeah, off the head. Yeah, no.
Top of the head. Off
One
the
of my
top
favorite,
of the head. Hey, yo.
Can I just share my favorite radio moments of all time? And I hope this puts things into perspective for you. One of my favorite moments of all time was I was listening to the Drama King, K. Slay, and he had Mano on. And he said something to Mano. And then he said, pause. And Mano said, hold up. He said, Kay, you and I know each other a long time. And with all due respect, you ain't never got to say pause around me. There ain't nothing gay about me, nothing gay on me, in me, around me, ever. You ain't never got to say pause around me, ever. I laughed so hard that literally the blood stopped rushing to my head and I almost fainted in my car. It was the funniest shit ever. And since then, I literally pick apart off the head. Off the head is a pause. What is that a pause?
Yo, see, now let me tell you, my nephews is 13, so they go, hey, yo, or they go, oh, that's sus, right? And I'm like, how do you know what's sus? How do you know what I'm saying? How do you know? But you know, I had a guy from Brooklyn press me one time, like, yo, you ain't no pause. I'm doing. I said, my guy, I'm just sitting here having fun. It just brings, some comedy to the book. Ain't no pause with me. I'm a real man, shorty. By the end of the night, when people said something sus, he was like, hey, yo, I said, see, you get it. You know what I mean? It's just something, you know.
No, I know. My personal favorite right now, the one I roll with, is That's What She Said.
Hey, yo.
Bing bong.
Oh, that's
I'm
my
on
favorite.
bing bong type of time. I wanted to talk a little bit because you guys were talking about battle raps, and one of the most noted mainstream battle raps was between Jay-Z and Nas, and you were actually very instrumental in that, and I just wanted to have you talk a little bit about that if you feel comfortable.
Because he said, I know who I paid God, Searchlight Publishing? Is that why?
Ooh, Search everywhere. Search money everywhere.
Yes.
That's what told me the story, but I want him to share that with y'all. Serch, I would love for you to tell them the story.
No, I mean it's really comical and it's completely unfounded, is what it is. So when I was at Def Jam, and this was literally like maybe a month or two after they locked you in Kevin Lyle's office and made you sign that contract to Def Jam.
It's the locking in the office for me.
That's right. My mama was there, right, mommy? Tell him legendary Donna, okay? She was there. She was that.
Yeah. Yep. Locked him in the office, refused to let her leave, brought her food and wine and drink until she signed a contract with Kevin Lyles. Anyway, so about a month or two after that, Dame, I always forget if it was Dame Biggs NJ or if it was just Dame and Jay, one of them. They came to my office because I was running radio promo with Mike Kaiser at Def Jam. And they said, yo, we want to clear a sample off Illmatic. Can you help us out? And I said, yeah, no doubt. I said, look, they said, yeah, we want to use the presidents to represent me from Illmatic. I was like, yeah. I said, look, give me $2,500. I'll go run it up to Zamba and I'll clear the sample. No worries. I said, however, Nas is going to own 25% of your song. Just letting you know, that's just how it's going to roll. So they were like, yeah, no doubt. Boom. So I went to Zamba. I went to see Richard Blackstone, who was the president. And I said, look, here's the payment for this sample clearance. It's going to be on this record, Reasonable Doubt, on this song. Nas was going to get 25% of the publishing. And that was it. And that was it. It was just the advance. Then Jay says, I know who I paid to go out Searchlight Publishing. All he did was pay me to pay the admin fee. And I don't want to get too deep in the weeds because a lot of people don't understand publishing. But the bottom line is, I never owned Nas's publishing. I never, ever, I still don't own any of Nas's publishing. Never have, never will. I administer Nas's publishing. So I'm the Jew accountant to be make sure that the money goes to Nas, period. So he was never getting fucked nothing. In fact, if you really want to make it a fact though, Jay don't own any of Nas's publishing, but Nas owns Jay's publishing.
Factory.
So,
you know what I love about you, MC
so
Serch?
Nas
when you're talking about the battle rap, you turn your hat around, but it's forward when you do business talk.
That's some real. Nas owns Reasonable Doubt and owns Illmatic.
And that's the part people don't know. And I love the fact that when you talk about business, the hat is forward. And then when you get gangster with it, the hat goes to the back. Now,
Far Rock, rest in peace.
That's right.
Bang.
You two yourself are a stranger. Yes, you come from a battle rap realm, but you've had a couple of issues with a couple of different people in this industry. If you're comfortable with just having a little conversation, because I like to always do my research. So what happened with you and MC Hammer? Was y'all fighting for the MC, the M and the C?
No. Hammer tried to kill us. He put a hit out us with the Crips, with the Rolling.
He pulled out that real hammer?
Well, he tried. Well, he never didn't personally pull out nothing. But he was upset. My old partner said something on a lyric on the Cactus album, right? On the Cactus album, on the song The Cactus, on the very last line, my old partner said, he said, the Cactus turned Hammer's mother out, right? Because he had this record called Turn This Mother Out, and we had the album The Cactus. And we were lyrical dudes, so we're like, our album is better than his album. That's just how we felt, right? So we saw it from an East Coast perspective that that's some lyrical shit. The Cactus turned Hammer's mother, because he had that Turn This Mother Out, which was a bullshit record where we were from. Plus, he dissed Run DMC, which was a straight violation. I mean, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but that's Jam Master Jay's chain, and that's Jam Master Jay's funeral, from his funeral. Like, Jay's the reason I'm even in the game. So, and in Gasface, they knocked the hammer over in the video, right? So, he took it like we were dissing his mom. Like, he literally thought like we were dissing his mother. So instead of stepping to us, he put a hit out on us, a $50,000 target, a hit out on us with the Rolling 60 Crips. 50,000.
Not the Rolling 60?
Turn this mother out.
And 5 bands back then is 50,000. 50,000 is like 50 million back then.
Very stupid.
So we're coming into LA for our album release party, and we get told the news. They're like, yo, there's a hit out on us. And I'm like, first of all, I'm with my girl, now my wife. And I'm trying to go to the Beverly Center because I ain't never been to LA, like this at least. I'm not buying none of this bullshit. Like, what are you fucking talking about, a hit? Like, what? Like, really? Come on, this is some bullshit. And then all of a sudden, this skinny ass dude named Pookie walks in the room. And he's like, yo, I'm here to protect you and yada yada. I'm like, protect me from? I said, dude, what are we talking about here? Some bullshit. And I'm like, yo, I want to take my girl to Louis Vuitton at the Beverly Center. And they're like, you ain't going nowhere. And Pookie was like, nah, homie, you want to go? We going to go. I'm like, you motherfucker, right? We going to go. We go to Beverly Center. I'm with Pookie. I'm with my security, my man Big Mel, may he rest in peace. Go to the top of the Beverly Center. For those of you uninitiated, Beverly Center has this giant escalator, goes from the 3rd floor down to the 2nd floor. There's this area, and Louis Vuitton's right over there. I'm with my girl. My girl's like 5'2" Puerto Rican black chick from Queens. She's just happy to be out. Pookie goes, yo, some people recognize you. Why don't you go down the escalator? Swag on 1,000. I'm out here. I got the #1 record in the city with Gasface. I'm like, motherfucking right, I'm going down there. The fuck you talking about? Go down the escalator. Girls are rolling up on me. Oh, can I get an autograph? Yeah, get an autograph. All of a sudden, I see these dudes left and right. I'm like, cool. Sign autograph. All of a sudden, the dudes pull up their bandanas. Dude comes up, pulls the ratchet out. I hear a whistle. I mean, loud as fuck. They all look up. Pookie starts throwing these up. And the dude that was right in front of me with the ratchet pulls his shit down, gives me a pound and says, man, I was finna smoke you until Pookie says something.
Pookie!
And I'm like, fuck.
Everybody need a Pookie, yo. Everybody need a Pookie.
Let me ask you this, though. Is Pookie set up? Is Pookie still your homie? Do you still talk to Pookie?
So truth be told, right after things went down, I didn't speak to Pookie for like 30 years. And then about 3 months ago, he reached out to me and was like, yo, I want to do a movie about that whole thing. So I'm reading a script now about the whole thing, and hopefully we'll try to put something together. But no, truth be told, Babs, no cap. Like, after that shit went one way, he went the other way. It was him and Mike Conception. I didn't speak to that dude for 30 years.
Shout out Mike Conception. Wow.
Wow. Shout out
Oh,
to
it is?
Pookie for saving. Shout out to Pookie. I need to meet Pookie.
I need a Pookie.
Now,
For real, yo.
Serch, now here's the thing.
It's all about the hand, fix everything.
We have calls, maybe an hour and a half before the show to just, we pray with each other. We go over the topics. We talk about everything. And, like, we had so much to talk to you about, but you had, like, your history is so rich in the game. I hear you talking about that one story with Pookie, but everything that you done broke down, like, we need your movie next. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have so much history in the game. There's so much with you. And of course, you had to do adversity. You went through adversity being white. It was like reverse racism almost. You get what I'm saying? And I would just love to learn the whole story. I mean, I know me and you've talked on the phone. You've told me certain things, but I'm just learning so much right now, I ain't know.
For real, I wish I feel like we need a couch like Vlad. We need 3 hours with you. That's how I feel.
Well,
we need a 3-hour interview. Oh, listen, keep in mind at the time too.
I am.
That's why.
Yeah.
I am. We got
We're gonna switch platforms, Serch. And today I learned that because I was very disappointed that we have such a huge guest. Pause. And I just
I mean, worst case scenario, we could go out and then come back for like a couple more minutes.
Parking lot. I do gotta run. I got a party tomorrow. I'm celebrating my 40th birthday tomorrow. I'm very excited, and the reason why I'm just out here running around telling everybody I'm 40 is because I have so many friends, and I have a cousin who they're not going to be able to see 40. So I'm extremely I might even go get it tattooed on me. I'm just extremely happy to be here. So I got to shop in. My mom played hooky.
Oh, I got a present I want to give you right now. All three of y'all.
Her glasses are so nice.
They look glasses. Those are from Miss Lissa.
Your glass game is crazy. So I got a present for all of y'all right now. I want you to go to Hitpiece, HITPIEC.com, hitpiece.com. I just became the chief content officer of a new NFT platform. So I'm giving you all a free NFT right now. Your favorite NFT, your favorite artist right now. And all of y'all listening, tell all your friends, you can all go to Hitpiece. I'll put it in the thing right here. So
I'll pin it.
But me, we need to holler at you. We need to see what's good with these
So go to
NFTs too.
hitpiece.com right now.
I am.
Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, and Merry Christmas. And if you're an atheist, happy Friday.
Right.
Wait. Before you go, tell them about the playlist too. Thank you everybody for the.
So me and my partner Adam Schmidt created a company called Portal, PRTL. Basically, all of these artists were getting banned from using non-DMCA free music. So we created a genre DMCA free platform where any artist can listen to any type of music that they like. It's all lo-fi, so lo-fi reggaeton, lo-fi country, lo-fi hip-hop, lo-fi beats. And what we did was then we said, well, all these artists started to come at us to use the beats for their rhymes. So I reached out to Luck, who's fronting on me like the Great Pumpkin from Peanuts. But OT the Real, this mommy that Pitbull just signed, Blanca La Fina, John Z, Migos, all these other artists are using our beats. And we have a big event coming up on a major gaming platform that we're going to be highlighting all these songs and getting money for artists, except for Lady Luck, who keeps fronting like the Great Pumpkin. And then we'll also have another big announcement in the new year for Portal, which is going to be available on like different platforms and different views. But the long and short of it is this is DMCA free music. So if you're a gamer or if you stream or if you do Let's Plays, anything, you can use any of our music on Spotify, any of our platforms for free.
And Lady Luck is getting placements for these beats with the next show that she has coming up. She's gonna have the song done this Sunday. He has to understand that I didn't even finish my album. I've been overwhelmed. That's ridiculous. I told you about the album last year, Serch, and we just now fixing everything.
I'm still wanting to put the album out.
No, Serch, man. Wait, I'm gonna call you today because we have to catch up on so much. But I just have to let you know, and I appreciate your patience, and I love you, and I got you. Trust me, I get people that curse me out all of the time for these verses.
First of all, I would never curse you out.
60 seconds.
I would never cuss you. I would never call you out your name. All I'm saying is I blame you for being the world's greatest hip-hop procrastinator.
I came on at 12:01, so we got like 2 minutes.
It happens, Serch, and that's part of my zodiac. But I love you, and I'm going to call you today. Matter of fact, I ain't going.
That's right.
So I ain't
Call
going.
each other. We got to get up before they click us out. Thank you, MC Serch. Everyone, make sure you are following the legend. Follow these ladies as well. Don't forget to download that Caffeine app because the Spades tournament is happening every week. And like I told y'all earlier, get the Reddit app because I'm going to be doing a comedic conversation. And don't forget to check out all of the links in everybody's bios because we got to go. We're on a short time frame because we're not on Lady Luck's live because she's blocked, okay? She's been doing all types of inappropriate behavior. So see you guys on Monday. And until next time,
have a good weekend, everybody.
Hey.